Hello everyone, welcome back to Beneath the Kotatsu. This is going to be our 41st episode coming into the Thanksgiving weekend here. So I thought we'd do a nice short review here for, of course, one of my favorite movies of all time, Kiki's Delivery Service. So I just want to ask you, James, usually when you think of a good transitional movie between the Halloween weekend and usually Christmas, what movie do you usually think of?
I usually don't think of any movies for that, to be honest with you. I always usually just watch the Simpsons Halloween specials when they air in November the 1st or whatever. They always air it late.
The one that always comes to mind is The Nightmare Before Christmas, because everyone always talks about that movie.
Oh yeah, the Great Pumpkin Patch. Pumpkins are still good for November.
Yeah, but I for some reason I feel like Kiki is a way better movie just because it just gets you ready for that
the fall.
It's a really good transitional fall anime. Even though the main character is a witch, I feel like it's just there for delivery of the movie, because
and the service.
Yeah, I mean it's such a great movie. Honestly, I feel like Kiki's Delivery Service it might be my favorite Ghibli movie of all time. What about your favorite Ghibli movie?
I saw this one and I saw Totoro. That's it. So I guess that'd be Kiki's Delivery Service by default.
You really never watched
No.
You never watched Spirited Away?
No.
That's that's the most shameful thing too. It's like
I
me
told
saying
you I don't watch The Godfather or any big name stuff.
I know,
like
but that makes no sense because it's an anime. That's like me saying I've never watched Evangelion. You know?
No, I know. Just for some reason, anime movies are at the very bottom of my list almost every time. I just haven't gotten around to watching a lot. Dude, I haven't even watched Grave of Fireflies or Akira.
That's saying a lot because Evangelion is 3 movies.
Oh, for sure. But that's...
it's 4 movies.
Yeah, I've been trying to get better about that.
Get out of here. These movies are at the bottom of my list. Mister, I want to talk about Evangelion for the next 3 months.
Oh my god. Dream of it leading up 5 times in this year.
Oh,
that was
man.
Crazy.
Yeah, so if you've never watched Kiki's Delivery Service, it makes sense though, right? Because it is a very old movie.
I did see this one on TV a long time ago.
Yeah. That's really the only reason I watched it was because it aired on Disney, because it was, of course.
I watched mine on the WB.
Yeah, it was licensed by Disney. And it originally came out in 89, but I think it was licensed in 96 or something, I want to say, in America. And the thing about so currently there's 3 different releases for Kiki.
Yeah.
First you have the original, there's several different language versions. But I'm just talking about the English versus the Japanese edition. So if you watched it on TV in the 90s, you would get the original Disney, which of course had the American dub, along with a whole new, a brand new set of soundtrack just made for the American audience.
And they also had the cat speaking at the end to that one.
And and then if you watch the Japanese one, you would have the Japanese, the original, the original, and then you'd have the original music along with it. But nowadays, when you buy the Blu-ray, it usually comes with the Japanese music and the American dub. So they cut out the American music. I'm not sure if they usually come with it in a bonus or something like that. But I really enjoy the single set song they actually had for Kiki in the American, because it was a brand new song and it was a really good song. I really enjoyed it.
What did you rewatch, the first release or the new one with the Japanese music?
I've watched all of them.
No, I mean for the most recent.
I did the Blu-ray one with the Japanese music.
Oh, okay.
That's what I wanted the original audio. Yeah, I wanted the original audio, but
I saw mine dubbed, but with the Phil Hartman as the cat and not speaking at the end.
I just wanted, I just wanted to say how great the song was I think it was called "I'm Gonna Fly" by Sydney Forrest, and it was honestly one of my favorite songs for like any show in general, like any anime, because it was such a lighthearted song for like a movie. And I think Kiki's delivery service was probably like, if you don't count Pokemon, might be my first anime I've ever watched.
Really? I didn't know that.
I like, because it aired so early in like the 90s, right?
Sure.
So basically you had Pokemon, and then after Pokemon would probably just be some movies that it would kind of just sprinkle on all over, and it played on Disney plenty of times. So my guess is that it would probably be my first anime that I can recall, because I don't remember anything else. And at that time, I didn't really know about anime, because you're just watching, oh, this is a really nice movie.
Definitely a really good entry for it, and it has aged very well too.
The sad thing about this movie is that you won't find another movie animated like this, and I don't think you will maybe in a very long time, because the animation for this movie, like, of course it's Ghibli, right? But yeah, I'm just talking about like fully hand drawn.
Yeah, have you seen Brother Bear?
No, I've never seen Brother Bear.
I believe that was the last hand drawn. Oh, with exception to Redline. I think that Redline was the last hand drawn one.
Yeah, but that was like 6 years or something to make, right? Yeah. Like several years.
Brother Bear for sure was like the last Disney hand drawn movie. That's a pretty good one.
But with Kiki, like, it has that aesthetic that you usually don't find, like all the backgrounds and all the like scenery and stuff like that. It was very well done. They're all very well done.
Yeah,
like it's a professional Ghibli movie. Of course it's gonna be well done.
All of them were very well drawn.
Yeah. Wait, wasn't well, you've never seen the movie, but I don't know. There's probably like other movies that were all hand drawn.
Yeah, there's a lot, dude. That was a big whole thing. Like 2000s is when we started getting the 3D ones.
But I'm not talking about just like hand drawn movies in general, though.
Like using a computer,
just the aesthetic. Like no, just aesthetic wise. I think
you're talking about the art style then.
Yeah. Basic like. I think it transcends even art style. It's just that aesthetic you get with, like, especially Ghibli movies, with that just timeless, like hand drawn scenes. Like whenever you watch like a Ghibli movie compared to any other movie, it's very hard to like compare. Like it's basically it's trying to like compare like a Disney movie versus like some other like animated movies.
Yeah,
like back then, because Disney of course has their own aesthetic. That is very hard to pull off. That's the reason why I think I like Kiki's delivery so much, is because of the aesthetic.
Okay.
And I don't know. And of course the music. The music is probably like, I would say out of like every Ghibli movie, I think Ghibli probably has my favorite soundtrack of all time, just because of how jaunty and how lighthearted it is.
Even with like video games and stuff like that?
Yeah, like I don't know. It's just something about like Kiki's like soundtrack that just draws me in so well. And I've listened to like the entire Joe Hisashi like sound, like the best of Joe Hisashi or whatever.
Summer at the top, of course.
Yeah, and I still find that Kiki probably has the best score for me, like overall. Yeah. Movie wise, did you enjoy the story about Kiki?
More than anything, yeah, of course I did. It was a good movie. It was just, Lionel Hutz being the cat was what got me. There's a Phil Hartman. He was
that's the one thing you took away from this
movie. Is like Lionel Hutz. Oh my god, he was supposed to be Zap Brannigan before he was murdered. And then also we had Madame, which was another character that had some parts in The Simpsons. Not many, I think like one or two. I know she did the Simpsons episode where Lisa tap dances, and they're like tap tap tap, and that always stayed in my head for like a decade and a half at least.
So basically, you're just focusing on voice actors the whole time watching this movie. You really didn't care about the movie at all, did you?
Dude, the portrayal for Gigi was great. He was kind of an asshole. Whenever Kiki gets the new apartment, he was like, quaint. He was like, that's a good way of saying, man, this place is a dump. You know I mean,
honestly, it was a dump.
It was definitely. It was like, if you see a white cat tomorrow, that's me.
It's like the perfect mix of like comedy and sarcasm mixed together.
Yeah, that's just the seasoning from the voice actor. Though.
Hey, you know what? If you're getting a free room, it's a free room, man. I don't know about you.
Dude, it had a telephone and a stove in it.
No, it didn't have a telephone in it.
I mean, it had a telephone attached to the bakery, but I'm talking about the stove in the room as well.
Yeah, it had a stove. But I mean, it was a log fire stove. So,
yeah.
But what was it? I think if you're gonna watch this movie and you're gonna take away one thing from this movie,
Phil Hartman is the best.
Is never trust a Zeppelin.
Dude, I was like, how many times? Chekhov's Hindenburg. I was like,
how many times do we have to go through this? How many times?
There's no way that's not gonna crash. That's the first thing that came to my mind when I saw that thing. I was like, I already fucking know it. Somebody's gonna die.
Kiki's delivery service was the coffin nail of why we're not flying in Zeppelins or dirigibles today.
No, they still have the Goodyear blimp, don't they?
But
that's it.
Yeah, that's basically just more of a meme than anything for them, right? Like,
dude, she was feeding her cat some weird stuff like pancakes. Remember when she was like, "If we don't get money, I'll be just fat from pancakes." It was just like, okay. I wonder if that was like the voice actor improvising, or if they said it like that in the Japanese version.
I mean, honestly, they did it really good with the
oh, it's tremendous.
Even if they like made up even if they made up lines or anything, like I couldn't tell the difference. I think they did just fine.
No, and
like I wonder about that. Does you being a witch cause your animal companion to behave more like human to where they can eat human food?
I mean, it's a familiar, right? But then again, he was with that white cat, so I would imagine he was I think it was just able to hear him. Yeah,
because when she lost her powers, he just turned back to a cat. Like
definitely.
So I think her having her powers does influence how he behaves in a way.
Well, animals all have their personality, right? I think it's more that.
Well, the thing is, when she lost her powers and she tried to talk to him, he didn't really respond back. He just kind of caved, grabbed food, and then left. You know, like usually, if the animals themselves have like a consciousness, he would have stayed there and just kept her company, even if she wasn't able to hear him. You know,
understood him.
Yeah,
I see what you mean.
Yeah, so I don't know, maybe. And like the part when she lost her powers, I think I know why that happened. And I think my guessing or my reasoning behind it is maybe because she poured too much of her power into trying to lift that bike, which I guess is all metal and wouldn't really.
No, it was about the spirit. Remember when she was talking with the artist lady, and she was telling her like why?
I think maybe, but I feel like more like
I don't think Miyazaki would put that much thought into magic. It's a broom. It goes up.
That's my guessing about why she would just randomly lose her powers.
Yeah,
like at first I thought it was because she was sick, but she still had her powers after she was sick.
No, it was her state of mind more than anything.
I don't think, because she was grumpy throughout the entire movie, just not that one scene. There's several times she like
grumpy
if she
towards
lost
the
her
kid
powers,
just because she liked him and didn't know how to manifest her feelings.
I don't think that was it. I really think that I really think the reason why she lost her powers was because whenever like they're riding down that mountain and like he had to like dodge a car and the bike went up and it was floating for those few seconds or whatever. I feel like he poured a lot of her powers into trying to make that bike float, which I guess I don't know how.
Oh, I see what you mean. Maybe it was too heavy and drained her mana or whatever.
Yeah, like it drained her magic, or like there's probably a reason why witches uses broom, because I guess brooms are made out of wood and they're like natural and they're more connected to the earth, like not unlike a bike. because they're all metal, and I guess
or else they'd all be using like just poles.
Just anything that really
a baguette,
like
even.
Anything.
Would a baguette suffice it? So they go to Subway, they get a foot long, they just write it out the door.
Bro, have you
with or without wrapper?
Have you seen a Subway foot long? Those are not stable.
Yeah, they'll just like just toast it for me. It'll suffice the requirement.
Honestly, if they could like make anything fly, why not just make like something that's not like a stick, like something with a chair,
dude, a hula hoop and a Rorobos broom. It's perpetually
like I would just make an office chair fly. Why not just an office chair, right? Like
toilet seat with a little hole at the back.
That's what I'm saying. Was like, you know, if you start pouring your powers into like objects that weren't made to fly. Maybe that's the reason you lose your powers. You start dumping it into
well,
stuff
hey, she was lifting up that giant, huge package from that fat dude at the start of the movie, and she flew just fine.
She was flying with it. She wasn't lifting because it was attached to her broom. Her broom was the one that was flying. The package was just that was attached to it.
What was that, like a 55-pound thing? How much would the
but
bike
she's
weigh?
not making it. She's not making the package. She's not riding on the package. She's lifting the package with her broom. Unlike the bicycle, she's sitting on the bicycle. She's forcing the bicycle to fly.
I mean, I think it's
two different things.
I don't know if anybody's ever really given any thought about to the weight of the broom or whatever, but you know.
I mean that's a big part of the movie, right? Was her losing her powers. So I just thought.
I think it's just because she it was her state of mind. She saw that.
I don't think it was her state of mind.
He was hanging out with his original friends. The newbie was like, "Why are you hanging out with me?" Ugh.
I think the reason why, like, if it would
make
her,
sense
emotional
that because
state,
she didn't use a correct catalyst for her magic power.
Yeah,
she used an inefficient one, and that's what caused temporary loss of powers. That makes sense, but you know,
because if it was like an emotional thing, she would have lost her powers after delivering that pie to that girl's party.
Well, look, at the end of the movie, she's not able to talk to the cat anymore. Maybe she just hasn't got her powers yet.
She does. She is able to talk to the cat.
No, she doesn't respond back to her. They removed. Well, in the original Japanese movie, the cat doesn't talk at the end of the movie. In the original Disney release, Phil Hartman has a line, but then in the new Disney release, Phil Hartman doesn't.
I mean, but that scene was only like 3 seconds long.
That's true. I just read the Wikipedia. It implies she lost the power to speak to the cat. I'm like thinking, I think it's just temporary and they'll come back in due time.
That was like, you're like, she's not able to speak to the cat anymore.
Unless Miyazaki's like on record.
Yeah, like I don't think he's ever said anything about, like, he's not who's that person that wrote Harry Potter?
Oh, she's gonna make Kiki's broom. I'm not even gonna say it. I'm not even gonna say it.
Don't even go there.
No, I'm not even.
But I think she just regained her power. I think the reason why she didn't talk to her cat was because she was in the middle of that crowd and they were just yelling at her the whole time. So probably wouldn't even be able to hear them, like, either way. So it makes sense
for sure.
And I just remember, like, did you watch the credit scenes?
Oh yeah, of course.
I love the part where, like, they showed, like, Gigi, like, he has, like, a family now, and then when she was doing a delivery, she had one of his kids on the broom when he was running back and forth with, like, a string in his mouth tied to his dad. Nice. Yeah, that was a great scene. I love that scene.
Accidentally falls off the broom. No more son. After my friend's dog one time, he had it in the back just to, like, have it there for a little bit, and then it jumped off out of nowhere. And we were like, what the fuck?
Why?
I don't know. That dog was messed up in the head. It was one of those Karen looking dogs. Probably wanted to speak to manager somewhere really quick. But I digress.
What was it? I mean, overall, like, this movie had, like, a lot of, like,
personality
in general. Like, yeah, it had a lot of personality.
Dude, what's up with that herring and pumpkin pot pie? That sounds disgusting. Remember the cake that the lady baked?
Well, okay. Here's the thing. I totally get it that it does sound disgusting, but hey, I wouldn't mind trying it. But I think that's the reason why Kiki was so mad the whole time was because she helped bake this pie, and then she delivers it to the girl, and the girl was like, "Ew." Herring and pumpkin pie, and then she was like pissed off the whole time.
But that girl was one of the ones that was part of the kids' friend group.
Yeah, I know exactly.
So I think it was a little bit more out of jealousy towards that girl for whatever reason. I don't know.
Well, it's because she made fun of the pie. That's probably the reason.
Well, it's her grandma's pie. It doesn't fucking matter what Kiki has to think about
but Kiki was like the reason why she was so mad is because Kiki helped her
for
bake
no
the
reason.
pie.
That's really on her grandma, dude. They should have just told her straight, "Hey, grandma, this fucking pie sucks."
But it's her grandma though. You know, grandma's
I know she wants
what grandma's gonna do.
Yeah, she wants the inheritance.
No, she already looked pretty rich though. I don't think she needs no inheritance.
Nah, dude, she wants that Madame herring and pumpkin pot pie money.
Was the stove they used to cook that thing.
Yeah,
dude, like that stove looks so like
perfectly
original.
good for a pizza. Oh, that too.
I mean, like there's probably a brand that it exactly matches. Like I've seen so many of those.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there was an actual brand tie-in. Didn't they have Ford on one of the cars?
Did they?
Yeah, they did.
I didn't even notice. And I love that that you can definitely tell that that oven wasn't used in probably like 20 years because there was a
electric one.
No, not that. It's because they retrofitted the house to have like an actual like stove and everything, because Kiki had to climb on top of the stove to access the oven.
Right.
And usually that wouldn't make any sense, right? So they probably remodeled the house in between that time to add like a stove and an oven and whatever.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, that's my thinking behind that. But yeah, I feel like Kiki's it's such a great fall
of course
anime.
It's classic
in general.
It's like regardless of what I say, imagine if I hated it. I don't. I like the movie. But if I hated it, there's like a billion people that think otherwise. The majority of people like it. It's undisputedly a classic.
Look,
at this point, I think you would only say bad stuff about it to try and be edgy, and it's definitely a great movie. There's not really much that's bad about it at all. If anything, I want more Phil Hartman lines, but it's impossible. He's dead.
What was it? Like the only Ghibli movies I will shit on all day is Ponyo. I just hated Ponyo so much.
Wasn't that the one with the Miley Cyrus voices?
I don't remember. It was just the fish one. That's all I remember.
Yeah. I heard like the dub was bad, but it's just Ponyo. It's about a fish.
Yeah, it's about a fish.
What happens? Does Ponyo get eaten at the end? Do they find Nemo and have a cameo?
Honestly, I watched it once and I've never watched it again.
Okay.
Yeah, like
you know what? We'll do a review on it. That's what's gonna happen.
You know what? I'd be down. I'd be down to do a review on Ponyo. Just maybe it's a lot better than I remember it to be, and I'm just shitting on it just because I only watched it once.
Yeah, maybe you follow it up with a little bit of Porco Rosso.
Porco Rosso. I haven't seen Porco Rosso, or maybe I had.
It's about the pig that flies.
Yeah, I remember it, but I'm just not sure if I watched it. Like, wasn't there like what was the one released after Porco Rosso? Like Castle in the Sky, right?
Dude, I don't know. I don't keep up with the Ghibli stuff. I don't know.
Are you just throwing out random Ghibli movie names?
That's one that I always wanted to watch.
Oh, Porco Rosso?
Yeah.
Well, what about
It's only in my mind because Seiko did a collaboration and they released a Porco Rosso watch. That's it.
What about the one with the I forgot the name of it. It was like with the hunter, and they had to stop like
I don't know. Bambi.
That was, they had to like stop like a disease spreading through the forest or something. I forgot.
Akira.
Princess Mononoke. That was.
I see.
Yeah, I was like, what kind of name are you throwing out? Not even.
I don't know. I heard a disease in the forest. I was like, it's got to be Bambi. Bambi. Those deers are spreading. There's an overpopulation. They got to call the numbers.
Man, those bread, man, the bread they baked.
Oh yeah, dude, the little tray flips that the chef did to impress the cat.
The little swirl thing.
Oh yeah, you looked at it, it's like, you bet your ass you like that.
He only had one line in the movie.
Definitely did.
He only had one line.
What was his?
Hey, look at that.
Is that what it was? Yeah.
Remember when he rushed out of the house to point
and
at the
he was
whip?
waving his hat. Yeah.
Hey, look at that.
I wonder how much they paid that guy for that.
They probably got a different actor, or the same actor from someone else. Like, do you remember that old lady at the very beginning of the movie?
Yeah.
That was sitting with Kiki's mom.
What about her?
Same voice actor that did the old woman when Kiki was making the delivery. Same voice actor.
Oh, Debbie Reynolds or whatever.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Wait, so I guess since you're talking about voice actors, I mean that's the only thing you've been talking about the whole time because
of the Simpsons voices that I recognized.
Isn't it weird that this was like Kristen Dunst's like only voice acting appearance?
Was it?
Yeah.
How old was she?
I don't remember. Like she's like a famous actor, but
she was in Twilight, right? Is that what she's famous for? I'm probably thinking about somebody else.
Yeah, I think you're thinking about somebody else. Let me pull up her IMDb. Like, I think the reason why she did this was because like it was a Disney movie. It was a Disney movie at that time, and I guess if you're gonna be in a Disney movie, I guess
you did a great job.
She was in Spider-Man as Mary Jane.
Was she in? Who was the lady from Twilight then?
Bella.
Better look it up.
Kristen Stewart.
Ah, damn it.
Not even close.
I was so hopeful I was right, but it wasn't.
I mean, they both have the same first name, right?
Oh, for sure. It threw me off.
Yeah, I mean, they got A class voice actors because of course it's Disney. It's Disney.
Yeah.
Like if Disney calls you up and say, "Hey, we want you to voice act," you're not gonna say no.
The biggest voice actor they probably had in that movie was the one doing the old lady, believe it or not.
What was she known for?
A lot. A lot of stuff.
You can't say a lot and not give me examples.
Debbie Reynolds, Google it. She has a hella long IMDb. Like no show that I've ever watched, but it was a fat ass. It was huge. It was a huge resume. Probably Kristen Dunst has a bigger one at this point.
I'm guessing. Oh, she's not listed on the. Of course, she's not listed on the My
Yeah,
Anime
they
list
don't
page.
have it right.
She probably has just the IMDb for that, right?
For sure.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Nothing too crazy. All right, I guess for time of keeping this short, and I guess this is like a holiday, we'll keep it short and let everyone else enjoy their Thanksgiving. I guess we'll just end it here, and I hope everyone has a great Thanksgiving. We'll catch you guys later. Bye.